Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first ever episode of Going Back to Smallville. I'm Matt.
And I'm Maggie.
And we are...
Hopefully awesome.
That's right, Maggie. Each and every week, we take a look at one episode of Smallville. We watch it. We bask in all of its glory. And then we come here to talk to you good people about what we thought about Smallville in this epic rewatch that will... If all goes according to plan, will take about 5 years to complete the entire series. Or, will the world still be here in 5 years?
Oh,
maybe,
God.
Maybe not. But if it is, great. If it's not, I can think of no better way to spend our time than to watch Michael Rosenbaum and Tom Welling. Take it away, Maggie.
What do you mean? Take it away.
So,
You didn't tell me
I just
this.
needed to take a breath. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is our first episode. I'm excited. I guess we should probably kind of explain a little bit better what we're talking about. So, we've been wanting to watch Smallville for a while. I've watched Smallville before. I grew up watching it. I say grew up. I was a teenager.
You grew up watching it. Stop it.
Well, no, I mean, I started... I caught first and second season on DVD. And then watched season 3 in reruns the summer before season 4 started. Okay, so season 3 had already ended, but I had all the episodes of season 3. They were playing them on repeat on the WB. I got into it because I was watching Angel. It was like back to back, like Smallville and Angel would play together. And so I kept seeing stuff, and I was like, man, I should give this show a watch. I should just give it a watch. And so I watched it, fell in love with it, obviously. I mean, I grew up a big Superman fan, and we can talk more about that later, but needless to say, I was excited. Me and my brother Billy watched every episode every week after that. And so season 4, it's funny, that's the season that, spoiler alert, that Clark graduates and from high school, and that's literally, he graduated on Thursday, right? The episode aired on Thursday, which was also the same day the episode 3, Star Wars episode 3 came out. So I went to episode 3, right? Midnight showing.
Yeah.
Came home, watched the season 4 finale of Smallville.
Yeah.
Right. And then, so went to sleep probably around like 4 or 5 a.m. Got up the next day, graduated from high school. That was how
It's the way to live life.
It was, I'm not gonna lie, his graduation was the best part. Okay, and this might be, I'm just going to say it, that finale, season 4 finale, I was more hyped for that than I was episode 3. Episode 3 is great. I love episode 3. But man, that season 4 finale, you'll find out in about 2 years, don't worry.
Yeah.
So
That'll be nice. I have no clue.
So,
all I know is from him and my brother.
Yeah.
That's it.
So I watched every episode week to week after that, bought the DVDs. I would actually rewatch the season before the new season would start. So that's kind of how I would watch it. Then when the series ended, bought that season and never watched it. Never watched it again. And then I never watched the show again after that. So that was 2011, 2012? I can't remember. Let's see. No, it was 10 seasons. Started in 2001. So that means season 1 ended in 2002. So 10th season would have been 2012, right? It was started in 2011. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. wait. Right, you got it. Yeah. So yeah, and it's been 10 years. Wow, it's been 10 years. Yeah, because they were celebrating their 20th anniversary last year. I'm talking a lot. So it's been 10 years since I watched the show, but I really, 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 really loved it a lot. Obviously.
Clearly.
So, Maggie, why don't you tell us your experience with Smallville?
0% experience with Smallville. All I know is, it's about Clark Kent, Superman. I know.
Spoilers.
Oh my God.
Spoilers.
You just said he graduated high school. That's a spoiler too.
Heaven forbid a show about a kid in high school actually graduate. I'm sorry, I didn't realize this was Glee.
Anyways, my experience with it, I didn't get to watch it. Even though he's 2 years older than me. We didn't get... It was WB
The
back
WB
then.
at the time.
At the time.
Had not yet
We
merged, did a fusion dance with UPN and become the CW.
Well, we did not get that at my house. But somehow Shane, I know he
bought the DVDs.
He did buy the DVDs.
Yeah.
But I think he did go over to your brother's house.
Yeah.
At one point and was watching them.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure your brother bought season...
He did.
Billy bought season 1.
Okay.
Because there's a fun story
Shane
there.
had season 1.
No, Shane bought season 2 because he borrowed season 1 from Billy and then wanted to watch season 2, so he went out and bought season 2, and then that's the DVDs that me and Billy watched. Funny story.
Wow.
Here's what's funny. So we picked it up because Buffy had ended, and so Billy had binged all of Buffy. I had all the DVDs, right? And so he was looking for a new show to watch to kind of fill that teen sci-fi
Angst.
right? So he had 2 DVDs in his hand. He was at FYE. Probably spent way too much on them. He had Smallville season 1 and the other show that we could be doing a podcast about now
Oh no.
was Roswell season 1.
Oh no.
And there is an alternate universe where me and you are sitting here talking about Roswell.
There's an alternate universe where we're not talking about Roswell and it's this one. Oh,
Thank God.
God.
I mean, you know.
Not knocking Roswell or anything.
I've never seen it.
It's dramatic. From what I've read.
But yeah, so.
Aliens and teens and love.
I mean, technically that could also describe Smallville.
I know, but they're like actual, like whatever we think of aliens to be, I guess. I don't know. It's something weird like that, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's based off the, Roswell alien
Mexico.
stuff. Yeah. Area 51.
Yeah.
We come from Mars.
Anyways, all I remember
Brainwaves.
all I remember from like back then whenever my brother still lived at home, that I'd pick up the season set that he had. And I'm like, oh, it's about Superman.
Who's this handsome half-naked man on a cover?
With the S painted on his chest. Ew, what's this?
Why is he hanging on a cross? I don't get it. Is this sacrilegious?
And I put it back. I'm like, ew, what is this? I'm going to play on the PlayStation 2 right now. But, yeah. That's all I have.
And then you married me. And here we are.
God bless me.
Yeah. No, this has been one we've been wanting to revisit. Obviously, it's a 20-year-old show, and so it's just hard to, given the greatness that we have right now. I mean, Moon Knight is getting ready to drop as of recording this. We've had WandaVision, Loki, Falcon Winter Soldier. I mean, we've had some really, really strong shows, right? And even Peacemaker. I mean, even just recently Peacemaker. Like, so to go back to 2001 and watch a WB, you got to have nostalgia for it. Maggie does not have nostalgia for it. So here we are. And that brings us to the plan. So the plan is every week, every Wednesday, we will join you here on YouTube and podcast services of your choice, where we will watch an episode of Smallville, and then we all talk about it. So if you want to join in on the conversation, you can leave your comments below. You can tweet at us. You can post on our Patreon, whatever you want to do. But yeah, so we're going to watch each episode week by week. The goal is to not miss a week. There may be some weeks where we do a special episode. I think the goal right now is at the end of the seasons. In the season finale, we'll just talk about just the finale, and then the next episode will be like a season 1 recap, and we'll do that for each season. And we'll have fun little like rankings and stuff there. But yeah, I think we've talked enough about Smallville without actually talking about Smallville. So Maggie,
You have.
that's true. Maggie, let's go back to Smallville. which you've never been. So
No, but I'm going back to revisit it because we watched the episode last night.
So in a sense, you are going back to Smallville. All right. So Smallville, season 1, episode 1. Original air date, October 16th, 2001. The pilot. Written by Algo and Miles Miller. Directed by David Nutter. Algo, Miles Miller, creators of the series.
I was in middle school.
Yeah, I was a freshman. October 2001. The synopsis.
Yikes.
In October 1989, a meteor shower hits Smallville, and with it arrives a little boy. The child is adopted by Martha and Jonathan Kent and named Clark. 12 years later, Clark struggles to understand his identity. After Clark saves Lex Luthor's life, after Lex drives his Porsche off a bridge, the two become fast friends. Fast friends, get it? Because he hit him with a Porsche.
No, he dove in after the car.
After sharing an intimate moment with Lana Lang, Clark is forced into a school
God,
hazing
what a
ritual
piece
led
of
by
work.
Lana's jealous boyfriend, Whitney. Meanwhile, Jeremy Kreuk, a teenage boy who was left in a coma after the first meteor shower, wakes up and sets out to get revenge on those that hurt him. Afterward, he prepares to do the same to the rest of the Smallville High students, but Clark arrives just in time to stop him. And why is that, Maggie?
Because he is Superman.
So, okay. Let's talk about the pilot episode of Smallville, all right? I gotta be honest. The first moment it opens and you see the ship flying through space. I'm not gonna hate on this. Okay, I know it's 2001. The graphics were whatever. Rewatching this with you, got so excited. Like, it was, I had the stupidest grin on my face.
Oh, he did.
I was just thinking, like,
He had that twinkle in his eye.
it had been so long, you know? And like, this is just such a big piece of my life, like, was watching Smallville, you know? Like, every week, it was that constant. And like, when it ended, it felt like I was like losing a friend, you know? I know that sounds really lame. But, you know, it's like when you grow up with a character for 10 years, I mean, it's hard to not feel that connected, right? So revisiting it, especially now that it's with you, right? My real best friend, not a fake TV best friend. It was special because I love this show and I love you, and being able to share that with you is just one of the best things. Like, that's what I love about us being married, is that we get to enjoy these things together, right? And the fact that you want to watch these things. Anyway, sorry, that was a total tangent. So we're watching this, and of course, you know, we see Martha and Jonathan walk in, pick up some flowers, and Lana's aunt there. And, you know, then we start seeing Lex, and he's got his old red hair, and yeah,
Lex's dad.
I'm trying to think, like, do I really want to go scene by scene with this and talk, or do we just kind of want to get the overall view of it? But basically, needless to say, asteroids start coming down, right? And as strong as the show is, there is one piece of the episode that inadvertently always makes me laugh, and it's not supposed to, but it's awful.
I even told him he was awful for laughing at this part.
I can't help it. When Lana's parents are just, they're like, oh, what's that? And they're just sitting there and they're smiling, like they're literally smiling. And like, an asteroid is like beaming down on them, right? The fact that they just stand there and just get hit by, I mean, it only takes up like maybe 8 feet diameter. Like, even though it's an asteroid, it doesn't have that large of an impact radius. So like, literally, if Lana's dad had taken like 2 steps to the left, they'd both be alive today. They'd be, you know, taking their daughter to the homecoming dance, you know? But instead, they just stand there like a couple of idiots and just smile as the asteroid just takes them out, you know? I don't know. Am I a horrible person?
I don't know if anybody watched that and saw, I mean, like, didn't know when this was made. put it that way,
yeah.
and saw the graphics, they probably would laugh.
They would laugh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
But I also fascinated you because they show they show their daughter, like
Yeah.
they show Lana, and you're like, oh my god, it's her mom and dad. They just got smushed by a meteor. And then, like at this point, I think I was getting something to drink out of the fridge or something. I can't remember. And he says they could have just took 2 steps to the left.
They could have. They literally could have. I'm saying 2 steps. 2 steps to the left. You know, just imagine if they'd been doing the cha-cha slide. Right?
When it happened, he goes,
It starts telling everybody everything.
Yeah, I'm going to tell everybody everything.
Oh my gosh. I better watch myself while we watch things now. I
don't know. I mean, we had tried watch this a few years back.
Yeah, but that was neither here nor there. We ended up watching Lost instead, which is probably my favorite show of all time. But yeah, so then of course Lex in the middle of a cornfield looks up, sees just this thin man just going, "Help me!" And then he gets plowed by an asteroid.
Yeah, and
just the dust cloud is like just big enough to like encompass baby Lex, but like no more. But I mean, it's whatever. You know, it's good.
And he lost all of his hair.
It explains that, right? So that's how Lex Luthor lost his hair.
He would have had bright red hair.
It's true. That would have been weird.
Yeah.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Also, did you have it?
Well, these are sections. We're going to talk about these.
Those.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
We got some stuff for you later on. So then, of course, Clark, we fast forward, right? Says to today. It says today. It's not today. Okay, let me back up. I guess we should mention that the fact that Clark's ship lands and that the Kents pick him up and they're like, what are we gonna do, Martha?
We found this boy.
We found him in a field.
No, he found us.
We didn't find him. He found us. And it's just me. I feel like that's kind of a callback to the Superman the movie where she's like, "You've got me. Who's got you? He didn't find us." Or we didn't find him, he found us. Like, I'm probably reaching there.
Bit much.
Well, anyway. And can I just say, adorable.
Yeah, he's
Baby
cute.
Clark, absolutely adorable.
He's a cute little boy.
Was he wearing a wig, you think? Or do you think that was his actual hair?
I think that's his actual hair.
God, kid had a head full of hair. Just a lot.
I don't know. It looked real. I mean, I could be dead wrong.
It probably was. But I mean, you never know. Maybe it was a wig. We'll have to ask Nick Scarpino one day. That's the one question I get to ask him will be Baby Clark.
Clark off of Smallville. Did he have a wig or not? Is it a wig? I don't know.
So then we fast forward to, it says today, but obviously it means October 2001.
Yeah.
Clark is now an adolescent man. 16. Is it 16's adolescence, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, he's a teenage boy, right? And what do all teenage boys want to do? Drink milk from a jar and play some old football.
I mean, it's your thing.
Dynamite drop in there, Maggie.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're the one that just lays out all of this information. Then all of a sudden you start taking a drink, and I'm like, what are you doing?
CZ is just, you gotta have it, man. It's in your blood at some point.
Seasoning?
CZ, Coke Zero.
I know what you meant.
The new formula. I'm a fan. So of course Jonathan's like, no football. You can't play football.
You know why, Clark.
And then Clark's like, I don't want your life. And, well, that's a different thing. But then, so Clark goes on to school. But what? Oops. Clark misses the bus. Don't you know?
Dorky Clark misses the bus.
Fastest man in town can't make it on time to nothing. So what does Clark do?
Run.
He runs, Forrest runs. He gets out of there, beats them. Chloe and Pete. I almost called him Skeeter. I don't know. I think Doug's still on my mind. They're like, what? How'd you get here?
Yeah, took a shortcut.
Yeah.
Took a shortcut.
Of course, Lana Lang, love of his life, Lana Lang, shows up, and Clark's like, you know what? here's the day. I'm going to go talk to the girl who already has a boyfriend, and I'm just going to walk up to her, and I'm going to talk.
2, 3, 4, 5. And he trips flat on his face.
Boom, because Clark can't get within 10 feet of Lana Lang without turning into a huge spaz. I'm pretty sure is what they said. And of course, we find out later she's got the necklace, and that's what causes that to happen.
Huh.
Wait, okay. I really thought you didn't catch that for a second. So you got that.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a Green Lantern. Yes, I do know you got
that hurt my soul.
I had to do it. I had to do it.
All right. So then, of course, Whitney comes over and he's like, "Geez, Clark, quit being such a spaz." And then Clark starts picking up his books, and she's like, "Oh, Clark, Nietzsche, huh?"
Here, you have a dark side.
Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, I do, Lana." That's how he sounds in my head for some reason. I love Tom Welling. And then, of course, Whitney tosses a book at him. And
Clark tries to catch it, and he falls off.
And everybody just laughs. They look at him and laugh. They're like, "Oh, he can't catch a book."
He dropped all of his books, the big old dork.
Have you tried holding like 7 books and then catching a random flying one?
I mean, me personally, no.
Part of me thinks Whitney was trying to make him look stupid.
He was, because he doesn't like Clark Googling all over Lana.
Can I just say that Lana not being like, "Hey, that wasn't cool." Like, maybe Lana sucks. Is this the first time that Lana sucks? Yes, it is.
I think she sucks.
We have a Lana bias in this group, just so we're all on the same page.
I'm sorry.
We're giving her the chance, though. We're going in clear eyes, full hearts.
No.
Can't lose, okay?
No. Not good enough.
That's real good, Matt. That's real good. But it's not good enough. No, nearly good enough. I had to get away from the mic. I didn't want to. So anyway, Clark walks in. Who's looking at the trophy case? Oh, good old Jeremy Kreuk.
Wow. Wow. I was like, how long is it going to take him to find this? Oh, my God.
What is the first thing he does? You just see his hand go straight through
yeah.
piece of glass.
Straight through the trophy case. And I'm sorry. Who is not watching this school and not realize, one,
this dude don't
apparently
go here.
This dude doesn't go here. 2, this dude looks the same as he did
10 years ago.
10 years ago. And there's no faculty, no staff member that's going to hear this glass just break.
I mean, I couldn't even go to the bathroom without a teacher asking me what I was up to, And this dude can just shove his fist straight through a trophy case. And, like, for what reason? Just to look at the guys that he already knew? Forget about it, right? So, wait. Did they ever explain why he woke up now?
Oh, because there was a storm.
Oh, so just no reason.
That's just what Chloe and Pete said. Like, there was a storm and it knocked out the power and, like, the generators cut on and he somehow came out of the coma.
But, like, no, like, it didn't actually tie to anything. Like,
no.
Okay. Like,
he
Clark
didn't cause
like, sneeze or something.
No, actually, Clark farted.
Whoa, Maggie. Let's try and keep this PG, okay? Hey, you. Yeah, you. Come over here. Did you know that you can get exclusive content at patreon.com/hopefullyawesome?
You can?
Yeah, huh? Just head on over to patreon.com/hopefullyawesome. Get all the details right now.
But wait, there's more.
There is?
Yeah, to celebrate the launch of our new Patreon, all of our new patrons will receive a special reward.
A special reward? Well, Maggie, what is it?
If all of our patrons sign up before May 1st, their name will show up on every episode of the Hopefully Awesome show for a whole entire year.
A whole entire year? That's crazy.
So head on over to patreon.com/hopefullyawesome to find out more stuff right now.
That was awful. Okay. So let's see what happens next. Clark is just sitting on a bridge as one does. And it's just like,
Well,
I wish I could play football, but my dad won't let me play football.
I wish I could kiss Lana Lane.
I won't kiss my neighbor, Lana.
I want to be cool.
And then Lex Luthor's like, oh, cool, cell phone. Just mows straight into this kid.
Man, a roll of barbed wire just falls off of this truck.
Hey, Lex didn't want to be in that crap factory.
They don't haul it like that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So then, of course...
sorry, I'm lame.
Nah, it's fine. This is going to be a pivotal point of action for literally the rest of the series. So just let that burn into your mind, right? The shot of just Clark, flying off into... not actually
this Porsche just...
yeah. And can I just say, if Lex is so rich, is it just me or was that Porsche kind of crappy looking? Like, it wasn't
probably
like a new Porsche.
Yeah, but it was an old Porsche, and it was going pretty fast.
I mean, it wasn't Ford like a classic. I'm sorry. It wasn't
Ford
old,
classic.
It wasn't old like a classic. It was old like a Ford Taurus is what I was trying to say, okay? Like, it was just like,
maybe,
yeah. I mean, it's
maybe he likes it.
I'm sure there's some
rich
reason.
People have their thing.
They're crazy,
Yeah, they definitely are.
So then what does Clark do? He saves Lex Luthor.
He pulls him
bum.
out of the creek.
That's right. And then he's like, I could have swore I hit you. And Clark's like, if you did, I'd be dead. What?
Huh?
So then, we go to commercial break. We come back. Jonathan Kent's like, Lex, you stay away from my boy. He don't want none of you. He ain't he ain't playing football.
He ain't good enough for you.
And then Clark's like, all right, bye, Lex. And so they go hang out. And at some point, Clark's in his attic, right, in the barn. And he's got his little telescope. He's looking to the stars. And then he gets super problematic and just pans over to Lana and watches her. And it's kind of weird, right?
And her boyfriend's there.
Yeah, like that's... Like, come on, dude.
Right kind of music playing, Matt.
Yeah, it was a little weird. And then Lana starts talking about, like, her dead parents or something. And then Whitney says something about football.
Yeah. Oh, he's like, I'm getting scouted by Kansas State. I'm not going to be who has been or whatever.
He won't even be a has been. He'll be a never was.
Yeah.
I think that's a Sandlot reference. I don't know.
Anyways, he thinks he's a big shot, too good for Smallville.
What was that? That was from something. You're not even a has been. You're a never was. Is dodgeball? It doesn't matter. So then next day, Clark gets a truck, and he's like, "Oh
man, this
truck is bitching." And Jonathan Kent's like, "You ain't keeping that truck, Clark. Because you're sending it back. You ain't playing no football."
And do you think you deserve to win something, Clark?
Yeah, he's like, oh, you saved somebody, so you think you deserve a reward, huh? Yeah. He's like, it don't like that, Dad.
He's like, and we all win here, Dad. And
yeah.
Jonathan Kent's like,
Yeah, he's like, take that truck back to where you got it from, and don't play football.
And go get a switch from the tree.
Jonathan Kent's hardcore. And then Clark's like, I wish I could be normal. And then he shoves his arm in a wood chipper.
He's like, how is this normal?
And like, I just want to take a moment, okay? Like this, obviously throughout the series, we're going to see the Kents tend to have a bit of a financial situation on their hands, okay? It's not like overly stated, but they're definitely, they don't have much breathing room, one would say. So Clark,
running a farm, you do not have breathing room.
That's what I'm saying, right? That's good. It's true.
Yes.
But here's the thing. In Clark trying to prove a point, did he just jack up that wood chipper?
Yes, he did.
I mean, that thing is expensive.
Yes, it is.
Like, I mean, I understand, like, he's going through some stuff, but if I was Jonathan, I'd be super pissed.
That's what I said. Go cut a switch off the tree.
Take a hammer to your face. Like, like, literally anything. Like, a hammer's $2, This wood chipper is probably, like, at least $1,000. I don't know. I've never bought a wood chipper. But, yeah. So then, he goes up, and Jonathan's like, Jesus. I better tell him he's a freaking alien already. Yeah. And Martha's like, I better tell him he's a freaking alien.
No, Martha sees what Jonathan's gonna go do, and she stays away the whole entire time. Yeah. She doesn't even help her husband out on this.
She's like, I gotta go jar some more milk.
I think I'm gonna ride into town and get some flowers.
More flowers. Nell loves me. Nell's my best friend. She's not.
No, she's not.
So then
Sucks.
Jonathan's like, you know what, Clark? Listen, you're an alien. Your parents aren't from around here, son.
Your parents are from around
They're not
here.
from around here, okay?
Not planet Earth.
And then he's like, take a look at this. And he hands him this piece from the ship, right?
What does it say?
And he's like, I've been trying to decipher it for years.
It's not.
Jonathan Kent, Farmer John, trying to decipher alien language. Like, I can't figure it out. I can't figure out what this is.
This is not any known language to man.
Like, so did Jonathan, like, take this somewhere? Did he ask? Did he have to go to the library?
I guarantee
Google didn't
it-
exist at this point,
Guarantee
right?
it, Jonathan Kent hit up that library. Like, he would get
Gotta do
so
some
many
research on that.
so many books at a time about certain
Those
languages.
horses were screaming, and I gotta read about this.
Wait,
this damn
wait.
language.
Wait, the horses are what? Horses do what, Matthew? They're screaming. Why are they screaming? Oh my god! You would not make it on a farm.
Listen.
No.
In Batman v Superman, when Clark goes up to the top of that mountain and he's talking about, I thought I was a hero because I saved the farm, but all I did was push the water down there, and and all the horses were drowning, and I could hear them screaming. He's like, the horses were screaming. That's why you got to be Superman, son. And I don't know what the point of that story was, but that's where it was, right? So anyway, we get back, and then Clark's like, I don't believe you. And so he takes him down to the cellar. No, wait, Clark does say, oh, what, you got my spaceship in the attic? And Jonathan's like, no, in the storm cellar, stupid. It's too heavy to be in the attic. Jesus, you want to play football? Get out of here, Clark. I like my interpretation. It's not accurate. And so they go down there and they're
No,
looking
Jonathan
at
Kent's
this.
very understanding and nice. Like, not like at all what you're making him out to be.
They're looking at this metal phallic object, and they're like, yeah, Clark, this is where you came out of this thing. I don't know, man. And Clark's like, you should have told me that. And he's like, well, Clark, obviously you're not the pinnacle of responsibility. You just broke my wood chipper. So we made a choice. And I'm sorry you're pissed about it. So what does Clark do? He runs away, because that's all Clark ever does, right? Where does he run to? A graveyard.
And not just any graveyard, but who does show up on horseback in the dark but Lana Lang to visit her parents' graves.
That's right. And of
I
course
think it's
we get the frame of Clark, with the angel wings behind him, right? Like,
Somebody said
not yet.
me.
Not yet. Maggie, not yet.
Me.
And then of course, Lana's talking about like, oh hey, my parents are dead and they want to know how are you. Mom wants to know if it's about a girl. Dad wants to know if it's about a guy. And
Oh,
Clark's
he's
like,
funny like
"Oh."
that.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, it's 2001. This is, I'm scared. I don't know how problematic this show's gonna get. I really hope it doesn't get too bad. I doubt it does. We'll see. And then Clark is like, oh, I'm sorry, Lana. I found out that I don't even know. And Lana's like, man, Clark, that sucks too.
It's really nice to talk to you, Clark.
We've been neighbors for 10 years,
years.
but we've never talked to each other. Oh yeah, because Lana gave Whitney the necklace when they were talking about him being in college or
Stupid
whatever.
Whitney.
Yeah, God, Whitney. And so then Clark starts pretending to be Lana's dead parents as like, hey, you're gonna look really good as the homecoming queen. And she's like, Clark, Dad, you're weird. This is weird.
Oh,
They go back. They go back home. Right, that was weird that he's just like, oh, I'm your dead parents talking to you now. I know it's not supposed to be weird at the moment, but it was a little weird talking about it in retrospect.
I was just weirded out by the fact she rode on a horse.
In the middle of the night
In
to
the
go talk
middle
to
of the
her
night.
parents. Hey, I don't know. It's a teen drama. All right, they ain't got no creek.
What is this, supernatural?
Hey, how dare you? Do not besmirch Supernatural. We haven't even watched that yet.
Wait,
all right?
wait. Got another one to really make you mad.
All right, do it.
What is this? Riverdale?
I hate Riverdale. What are you talking about? I mean, I don't hate it. I just don't have any care for it.
Saying,
I made a Dawson's Creek reference. You just let it sit there. I was like, well, they gotta go to the graveyard. They ain't got no creek, right? See,
I don't catch that.
Anyway,
never watched it.
And then Whitney sees it. And he's like, "Oh, I can't believe Lana and Clark were
this
talking."
Dude, we see him. He's visible in the background. He is sitting he's standing on the porch. Neither Lana nor Clark sees him.
Yeah. And like Clark's super, right? Like, I mean, maybe he doesn't have all of his powers and stuff, but like,
well, duh.
I mean, self-awareness, like peripheral vision exists, right? And
if we see it, you should see it.
Yeah, I don't know. And then he's like, "Ugh, Clark, Lana can't talk to other boys."
I got Lana's necklace on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make him the scarecrow, man.
Scarecrow. And so then, we go the next day. I don't know if Martha and Jonathan even know what Clark's been up to overnight. I don't remember.
No,
but they go to school. And who's at school? Pete and Chloe. And they're like, "Oh my God, there was a lightning storm and there's crazy people waking up from comas. This needs to go on the wall of weird." And Clark's like, "What's the wall of weird?" They look at the wall of weird. And he's like, "Why the F did he tell me about this, Chloe?" And then Chloe's like, "I'm sorry, Clark. I was supposed to tell you everything."
And then like Clark, I guess, finally connected the dots since he was told yesterday that the UFO was him and the meteors was part of him. And so he sees this Time magazine cover of Lana Lang as a child crying, and it's like the worst photo of a child crying.
Poor child
that just lost both of her parents. Saw both of her parents get killed by this meteor. By the way, she saw it.
Yeah, I mean, granted, they could have took 2 steps to the left, and none of that would have happened. But okay, we don't have to besmirch the children. Okay, I'm gonna use besmirch one more time before this is over. But no, okay, so you want me to believe that people get powers from meteors? Cool. I'm there. You want me to believe an alien landed? I'm there.
Cool.
But you want me to believe that a town known for being the meteor capital of the world, right? They advertise this. Clark has grown up here for 10 years, has never once saw the Time magazine cover of his love of his life. Has just never seen it. The look on his face is like, this exists?
I say he has, but I think...
That's Lana!
I say he had. He just never... Well, he found out the date that yesterday.
He just didn't care.
He didn't put it together until he saw Lana, and he's like, "Oh my God, her parents are dead because of me." And so I think that's why he ran out, because he put those two things there. I don't think it's because... Oh God, Lana was on Time magazine as a kid because she lost both of her kids.
I don't know. I do not believe that Clark never saw this magazine. And I know it's the show, the universe didn't exist before this episode, right? So I get it, but still, you're reaching a little. So then Clark runs out, right? And he's like, "Oh God, I don't even know." And then Whitney punches him in the face. Yeah. And Clark's like, "Oh, I gotta go talk to Lana." He's like, "Not today, Whitney." And Whitney's like, "Clark, you ain't playing football." And he throws him on the ground. He's like, "You're gonna be this year's scarecrow." Yeah. And we're like, "What's a scarecrow?" And then he's like, "Welcome to Smallville, bitch."
And if you want,
takes him over.
And if you want Lana so bad, here's her necklace.
Oh yeah. Which is like, dude. Because this is as close as you're ever gonna get to her. Come on, buddy. And also
makes Clark very sick.
Lana's reasoning for having the necklace, so much bad luck came out of this.
Yeah, that's why she gives it to Whitney. She's like, so much bad luck came out of this. Only good luck remains. I was like, no, that's not how it works.
That's not how luck works. I'm sorry. And then, okay, so throughout this whole thing,
Lana.
We skipped over Clark returning the truck. He returns the truck to Lex.
Yes.
Lex throws a sword at his face. And then we also haven't mentioned Jeremy Kreuk.
Also
on a killing spree in Smallville.
Also, Lex tells Clark that he's forever in his debt.
Yeah. That sticks around for a while.
I know, but that shows, oh hey, they're gonna be, You
mean Clark and Lex are gonna be friends before they're mortal enemies? Amazing.
Oh my god.
So then Lex is hanging out at the crap factory, and he hears, "Help
Hey
me."
Matt, what is the crap factory?
It's a fertilizer plant.
Okay, you got to be a little bit clear about this. About some people that has never watched this.
Is a literal crap factory. Okay,
So, I know it's a fertilizer plant, but you're calling it a crap factory. Not most people would know that.
Sorry that I besmirched the fertilizer plant. That was number 3. All right, so he hears, "Help me, somebody save me," and so Lex is like, "Oh my god, is it a ghost?" Oh, and he also saw Jeremy Kreuk ran out of the corn. He's like, children of corn.
God.
So he runs in there. He sees Clark. Clark's hung on the cross and like sweating bullets. And has an S on his chest, right? We're all like, And he's like, "Clark, what's wrong?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm dying. I just wanted to play football." And then Lex like throws him off. The necklace drops. All is forgiven.
And
so
Clark, do you need a doctor?
he's like,
No.
"No, Lex, get the F off me." And he runs away in his boxers. Bless you. Oh, man, that sucks. Sorry. I hate that you didn't get to sneeze again. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to kill your second sneeze. I'm sorry. I'm not looking. Look at the lots. That doesn't that good. Bless America.
I'm sorry.
So then Clark runs and he sees Jeremy, and Jeremy's like, and he's like, I'm gonna kill all your buddies. It's a song. And they're like, what do you mean you're gonna kill all my friends? Like, don't worry,
those are your friends.
Yeah.
Those aren't your friends.
He's like, well, I'm gonna kill you anyway. And so he like, I don't know, they fight, and then Clark's like, he like pushes a truck over a pipe. And then the pipe starts filling up the truck, and then the truck like catches on electricity, and then it kills Jeremy.
That was the most confusing thing ever. You see all this water coming out, you're like, oh God, this dude's gonna light up Clark. Clark's gonna get electrocuted, which is not gonna phase him.
What does Jeremy do? He the electricity man electrocutes himself to death. Hey, it's fun.
And so
then, of course, Lana won Homecoming.
Yeah, and so Whitney.
I guess Clark and his parents made amends at some point. Clark bought his dad a new wood chipper.
Hey Lex, I got a favor you can do for me. Can you?
That's the thing, right? Like, who needs a truck? Buy the man a wood chipper. Clark's just done screwed that all up, So then, of course, Clark's back in his barn, and he's just hanging out. And he's just checking out Lana, and they're like, "Oh, all the people are driving and they're honking, And then Lana's like, "Hey, want to dance?" And Clark's like, "Oh, what?" And then they start dancing, and then what turns out, nope, it was all in Clark's head. It was all a dream,
daydream,
And then, of course, Lifehouse, everything plays us out. We look to the stars, and that's it. That's the end of Smallville episode 1, the pilot. Ladies and gentlemen, we did it. Mission accomplished. All right, so on the whole, Maggie,
I'm sorry.
How do you feel about the Smallville episode 1, the pilot?
What can I say? What
can you say?
No, it didn't leave me speechless. I'm going to spit on water.
Oh my gosh.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, we're being funny, obviously. We're just being funny. It was good.
I mean, for some of those made back in 2001, like, I was in middle school, so like, if I'm thinking back then, I'm like, oh, wow.
I mean, I lived through Buffy season 6, okay? So like watching this was pancakes, all right? It was a piece of pancakes. That's not
that makes so much sense.
But no, it was good.
It was good.
It was a good start.
Yes.
You know,
it wasn't a bad pilot.
No.
It really wasn't.
And honestly, even with today's like sensibilities, I didn't feel there was no point where I was like, this is boring, this is slow.
No, I didn't either.
And it was kind of fun, like hearing the music choices from back then. You know, like it was definitely like a vibe, right? Like as we were listening to the soundtrack, you were saying like, this is a vibe.
It's a vibe, a depressing vibe in a way.
So would you
Teenage
say?
Angst.
'Cause I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby.
That song.
That's not even on the show. But yeah, so you'd say you enjoyed it?
Yes, I enjoyed it.
All right. Hey, a couple of fun facts. We got a couple of segments here. So first up, we're going to talk about the Freak of the Week, Jeremy.
Major Funky.
Let's talk about Jeremy Kreuk, the Freak of the Week. I didn't mean for that to rhyme as much.
Sorry.
So at one point, Jeremy Kreuk has electricity powers.
Yeah.
He's attacking one of his buddies.
Yeah.
One of the bullies. One of the bullies.
bullies.
And what does the bully call him?
Freakazoid.
Freakazoid. Was this a reference to Freakazoid?
I don't know.
Freakazoid is owned by Warner Brothers.
It is.
He had electricity powers.
It was really weird though.
It probably wasn't.
Wacky.
Well, no, but man, you're gonna come to see that when they make references to things, you can't Google Smallville stuff.
No. I was going to Google just Freakazoid himself, just the cartoon. God, I'm not that.
I just don't want to get spoiled. But when they make references to things on Smallville, they're like the most like 10 steps away from the actual reference that they can be.
Yeah.
Like there's a character at one point. I've lost you. You're looking at Freakazoid. What?
I just love how the Google description is. It's Dexter Douglas is a superhero overloaded with useless information. So he's the internet.
So maybe it's not electricity powers. Maybe it's just internet powers.
I'm going to check through though. Okay. What are Freakazoid powers? Has enhanced strength and endurance, extraordinary speed, agility, and negligible amounts of sanity.
Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. So enough about Freakazoid.
It's kind of interesting.
So like the references are always like 10 steps away from an actual reference.
Yeah.
Right. So like at one point there's a character on the show,
Mm-hmm.
and his name is Adam Knott. Okay.
Right.
And this is a reference to Batman.
Oh yeah, I remember. No.
Because do you know
Knights of
why
Gotham.
it's a reference to Batman?
Knights of Gotham.
Well, okay, so he's the Dark Knight, right?
Oh,
and
God.
Adam West played Batman, so his name is Adam Knott, and that's a Batman reference. So like, yeah. So this being Freakazoid, maybe it was a reference, maybe not. This would be about the level of reference that the Smallville creators do. Now they do get better as they go on. Like once Warner Brothers was like, sure, you can play around a little bit. That's fine. But like from the get-go, they're like, listen, you can do this, but you better not do this. All right. We got 2 rules: no flights, no tots. That's what they said. They were like, we're gonna do a Superboy show, but he's not gonna be Superboy. And the 2 things that you will never see on the show: he'll never fly. This is real.
I know
okay?
it is. You've told me this.
He will never fly. He will never wear the suit. Period. That was the rules. Okay. So with that being said, did they follow the rules in this episode?
Yes, they did.
Did they?
There was no tots.
Was there? I'm just gonna keep.
Don't
praising.
you dare
I would say,
try to make me question my sanity.
Okay. Did he fly?
Freakazoid.
No. Did he wear tots? No asterisk. He did have an S on his chest.
That's on tots.
I know, but I'm saying they said like the suit. He's never gonna wear the suit, right? But it's obviously a reference to the suit, right?
It is a reference, but he's not wearing a suit.
So you would say they did not break the rules in this
No.
episode? Okay. I'm not saying they did
Right?
either.
Am I crazy?
I mean, it's our discussion. This will be an ongoing thing. Every episode, we're gonna ask: did they break their own rules?
They
in
didn't
this
break
episode?
the rules.
Okay. I feel like they walked the line on the tots. They definitely didn't fly. Like he got hit by the car, but he fell. Like he didn't fly there, right? But I'm gonna say tots, meaning Superman costume, I would say they teetered the line because there was an S on his chest. Not a full-on Superman outfit, granted. I'm not crazy. I'm just a little unwell. But I definitely think that, no flats, no tots. I think that the tots, they kind of leaned a little bit on it. Just saying a little bit. So, no flats, no tots. They did not break the rules in this episode. All right, DCU references. So this is where we're going to talk about all the different references to the DC universe, the greater DC universe, including movies and just the DCU in general.
You become part of a bigger universe. You just don't know it.
So, of course, the very first thing we see after the spaceship, when we see Lionel Luthor reading the paper, on the paper says the Queen's the rich people,
CEO.
Yeah. Queen CEO are missing and presumed dead. Right? That may not be an actual quote. Obviously, that is
Green
a reference
Arrow.
to exactly Oliver Queen. Oliver Queen. From the get-go, they were putting in just little Easter eggs in there. So but again, that's a Green Arrow reference. Nobody cared about Green Arrow at the time. The whole Arrow universe hadn't existed yet.
Now, guess what? They care.
That's true. Anyway. I was going to talk about Peacemaker, but all right. Several references to Metropolis.
Yes.
Of course,
car tags.
Car tags.
Lana talking about,
in her other life. They take her to her real life in Metropolis. Yeah. Whitney talking about playing for the Metropolis Sharks.
Yeah.
Right. Lex asks Clark if he believes a man can fly. I think he says, can men fly? Can humans fly? He references it somehow like that. The tagline to Superman, the movie, 1978, 77, 78, was, you will believe a man can fly. So, think about that. There you
go. Which Clark says, a man can fly in an airplane.
Yeah, sure he can. In an airplane. You got any milk in a jar? I'm thirsty. The S on Clark's chest, we've also already talked about this. And then, of course, Lana asks if Clark is man or...
a Muppet.
No, Superman.
Am I a man?
Oh, Lord.
Or am I a Muppet?
Am I a Muppet?
If I'm a man, then I'm a Muppet of a man.
A Muppet of a man.
Am I a man?
Man.
Or am I a Muppet?
Am I a Muppet? If I'm a Muppet, then I'm a very manly Muppet. Very manly Muppet. Here I go again. I'm always running out of time. I think I made up my mind. Now I understand who I am. I'm a man.
I'm a Muppet.
I'm a Muppet of a man.
I'm a very manly Muppet.
I'm a Muppet of man. That might be cut. I don't know. We might cut that.
No, don't cut it.
That's what I am.
Who I am.
I might, if I do keep this in, I may play the actual song under it, so that it doesn't sound as awful as that sounded. All right. But no, Lana says man or Superman. The next segment we got, we're going to talk about the Talon mix. Remy Zero!
Hey, I like these guys. Yeah. Remy Zero!
Lifehouse, everything plays in the closing credits. Let me tell you, as a kid who grew up in youth group at a church, let me just say, Lifehouse was everything. Right.
For a youth group that used it for skits.
Listen, you want to have some fun, go on YouTube, type in Lifehouse everything, and just put like youth. And like there's 100 of them. Like I mean every youth group in the 2000s used this song, and it's like because it's Jesus, you know, it's like everything. And anyway, go have fun with that. Remy Zero's "Somebody Save Me" is not played in the pilot episode of Smallville. The only episode in the entire series that does not play "Save Me" by Remy Zero.
How dare they?
I know, right? What a letdown.
How dare they?
What a letdown. Maggie, I'm going to need you
Somebody save
That's perfect. Just keep doing that because I have to Google.
my pity man.
Wait. I don't understand what that was. I liked it.
Somebody save me.
Oh my gosh. This is great. All right. So,
Anytime there's dead air, I'm just going to start doing that.
I mean, it is the Smallville podcast. You know, I mean, it works. It works. Let's be honest. All right. So, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for us for episode 1 of Smallville. Next week, unless you had something else you wanted to talk about.
Give it a shot.
Give Smallville a shot?
Yeah, give it a shot.
Well, you only get one shot twice. All right. Next week, we're watching the second episode of season 1 titled Metamorphosis. That's all you're getting. And
It's a
Maggie,
scientific term.
I will say, this is all I'm going to say. This is a little tease for next week, okay?
Okay.
Episode 2 of Smallville. Then Smallville season 1.
It's the worst, isn't
Episode
it?
2. It is literally the worst episode of Smallville.
Oh my God, I guessed it right.
It's like, I mean, okay, in the future there's probably worse, but for years this was on the top of my list. Okay,
Top tier worst?
yes, this was like for every good episode
what
there's a
happens.
metamorphosis. Okay,
Well,
So,
I wonder what will happen.
I just want to set the expectations properly. Not my favorite
Metamorphosis,
episode.
that means a
Okay.
change.
We'll watch it next week. So come back
Keep
to
me guessing.
Smallville, because we're going back to Smallville, ladies and gentlemen, next week with Metamorphosis, season 1, episode 2. Thanks for watching, everybody. We hope you enjoyed this. Definitely let us know what you thought. You know, leave a comment, tweet at us, whatever you want to do. We would love to hear your thoughts on Smallville. We may compile those at the end of the season, go over some of the best comments that we've had. Yeah, it's been fun. I'm really looking forward to doing this 5-year journey to
God.
brave new worlds, to boldly go
Our
where
kid
no one
will
has
be
gone before.
7.
I don't want to talk about this. But yeah, that's going to do it for us. Be sure and like this video. You can also like us on Spotify, and iTunes should be on all podcast services. So definitely give us a 5-star rating if you like it, please. We would appreciate it. It helps us get picked up by other people. Yeah. Subscribe, follow, like, all that stuff. I'll work on a better outro next time. But until then, that's going to do it for us. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. I've been Matt.
And I've been Maggie.
And we are.
Hopefully awesome.
And until next time, thanks for watching.
Soup's on.
Have a hopefully awesome day.
Superman, soup's on.
Soup's on?
I'm
wait,
tired.
is it like SUP apostrophe S?
Yeah.
Or like SUPS, I guess, like
S-
soups?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
That
just
was
wanting to make
awful.
sure. I wanted to make
That
sure
was
my head-
awful.
No, I'm going to trademark it so we can make shirts that says soups on. But it'll be like a cup of noodles, and like the noodles will be the
Wait.
Superman symbol.
Wait,
Soup's on.
you're gonna make this graphic?
Maybe, who knows?
Can we make it into a shirt?
That's what I just said. We'll sell merch.
I'm sorry, man.
All right, I'm gonna get this one into bed. Thanks for watching, everybody, and as always,
Have a hopefully awesome day.
bye.